Good Shabbos, everyone. Welcome. As we continue our learning in the second parak of Masechtas Succa, and we are holding in the second parak with Mishna Beis and Mishna Gimel, sponsored by the Fisher family, Lila Nishmas Basi Bas Rabbi, Shlomo ben Avram Alevi, Perel Bas Ruvain, and Lila Nishmas Rabbi Rachmil Gershom, Rabbi Tzvi Yehuda, Lefu Shleim Fel Yomis Melchai Sarah, also sponsored by Yoel Kudman and family. So good night, Shabbos, everyone. Hasemech Sukkasei Bekari Amita. You have two walls, and for the third wall, you have the bed. One of the sides of the bed with its headboard, you stand as the third wall of the sukkah. Now, even though that's a keli, it's no problem because only the schach can't be a keli. So ksheira, it's kosher. Rabbi Yehuda says since the bed is moved sometimes, that's not a permanent dwelling. And since Rabbi Yehuda goes to Shitasa, there has to be a diras keva, so Rabbi Yehuda if it can't stand up on its own, psula, then it's possible because that's not considered a diras keva. Sukkah ha-meduvleles. Now this is a sukkah that has two rows of schach. And the bottom row is staggered from the top row, so that you have, let's say, a space and then a bamboo, a space and then a bamboo, a space and then a bamboo on the first row. And then on the second row, you have a bamboo and then a space, a bamboo and then a space. So when the sun is at an angle, it's going to get through because the covering is staggered. However, since when the sun is right up at head, the schach blocks the sun, it's kosher. And also, so even though it has spear schach, but the shade is more than the sun, ksheira. Hama'uva kimin bayis. If, to the contrary, it's very thick schach, almost like the roof of a house, even though you cannot see the stars, but l'chatchila, you should be able to see the stars from the schach. Mishna Gimel tells us, if you make the sukkah on top of a wagon, on the top of a boat, ksheira, and you could go, as long as it's stationary, you could go on it on Yom Tov. Now that's obvious, it's only for the next din. If you make the sukkah on the top of a tree, or al gabe gamel, or on the top of a camel, ksheira, it's kosher, but you cannot go up on it on Yom Tov, because you're not allowed to use a tree because you might pull something off from the tree, and you're not allowed to use a camel because you might pull a branch to use it as a whip or a goad. Shtayim be'ilan. Now this is true if two walls of the sukkah are supported by the tree, v'achas b'dei adam, and one wall goes down to the ground, or ishtayim b'dei adam, or two walls go down to the ground, v'achas b'ilan, and one wall is supported by the tree. In these cases, this is considered a sukkah that's on a tree. It's ksheira, but be'ein oil la b'yom tov, because it's considered like you're using the tree. Shalosh b'dei adam, but if three of the walls go down to the ground, even though v'achas be'ilan, one of the walls is supported by the tree, so you don't need the tree, ksheira v'oil la b'yom tov, you can go up on it on Yom Tov as long as you're not climbing on the tree itself. Zaklal kol shenita la'ilan, if the tree is taken away, v'yechayel lamed b'fnei atzma, and the sukkah could stand without the tree, then ksheira, then it's kosher v'oil la b'yom tov, and you could go up on it in Yom Tov. Now this is coming to include. The Rav says that if it has two walls that go down to the ground, the third wall is supported by the tree, but if you would take away the tree, the third wall would still stand there because it's supported by the two walls that are on the ground. So then that's not considered using the tree, and then you will be allowed to go up on it on Yom Tov. Of course, you can't climb up the tree, you have to climb up on a ladder. We want to thank you for joining us and remind you that Shir Motzei Shabbos and Daf Yomi, followed by Mishna Yomis, is at 10:20. Go to zoomdaf.com, and if you haven't listened to it yet, there's a great shir for the Shabbos table. Balak, thank you, and have a wonderful Shabbos.